welcome back. So today I filmed for you my flawless face tutorial. So not always am I looking for a flawless face. Like most of the time I just kind of throw a little foundation, a little concealer, and I'm kind of good to go. But if I'm looking for more of a flawless face and a flawless looking face, this is technically what I go for because it's just really nice skin. I'm kind of glowy everywhere and it just covers up everything and makes me look flawless on the face. Or at least I think so. And it just helps my face look nice and put together. So I show you my, it's not a foundation routine because it's foundation and concealer and bronzer and blush and highlight and all of that good stuff and how I accomplish this. So if you would like to see how to create this, then just keep watching. So starting off my flawless face, I always need to prime. I have very dry under eyes and kind of a pory nose. So I need to make sure that I am using some type of primer to smooth out the skin. And after I do that, I take my Born This Way foundation. This is in the color Sand, and I'm taking my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I will list all the brushes down below in direct links so you can click right on them. And I'm just going to be blending this directly into the skin. Now I don't like to buff in circles. I more like to kind of pat it into the skin, not really drag it around, just kind of dab it. That makes me have the best application on my skin. And then after I take in all of the foundation on the skin, I like to take my Nars Creamy Concealer in the color Custard, and I like to go around the inner tear duct and underneath the eye first and place most of the product there, and then I will drag it down towards the side of my nose and more creating a triangle shape underneath my eyes, and then I'll put a little bit on my lid to prime my lid for whatever I'll be doing later, and then I'll just do the same thing to the other side, put it in a triangle shape just to highlight, and then I'll putting it down the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my forehead and on my chin just so my whole face is highlighted equally. And then just taking a dampened beauty blender, and you always want to make sure it is dampened or else it's going to absorb a lot of the product. So just taking my dampened beauty blender, and I am just kind of doing a patting motion, patting out the product. Once again, you never want to not scratch it, I can't think of what the word is. You never want to drag it across the skin because you want to keep the product in the place that you put it. So you just want to dab it, and then taking my Chanel de Soliel bronzer, the cream bronzer, it smells so good, and my Sigma F80 for Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to be bronzing up the skin, and I just like to do this underneath my cheekbones, kind of a little bit on my cheekbones as well, definitely not underneath that bone, the cheekbone though, and then around my hairline all the way around because I have a really big forehead, so I like to try to mask that up as much as I can, and then just putting it all around my face, a little bit underneath my chin, and then I do put a little bit on my nose as well, and then taking my MAC Mineralized SKinfinish in the color Light, and the first thing I wanted to do was to dab out my under eyes with my beauty blender just to make sure that there's no creasing, and then just taking this Real Techniques brush, and I'm just putting that MAC powder everywhere that I put the concealer, focusing it mainly on my under eyes just to make sure that there is no creasing later. And then to set the cream bronzer, I am going in with my Nars Laguna bronzer. This was one of the holiday edition things from last year. And the brush that I'm using is the Sigma Tapered Face F25 brush. I love this brush. It's not a contouring brush, but it has a nice point that it can get in the places that you specifically want it. And it's super soft and really big, so it's really good for bronzing, and I love it. And then just putting it everywhere that I put the cream bronzer just to make sure that it's all set. And then for blush, I'm going in with my MAC blush in the color Warm Soul. It's a great blush because it's very glowy, but not overly glowy. And then taking my Hourglass Ambient lighting powder or palette, and then picking up the color Dim Light, and I like to put this just underneath my eyes for kind of that little bit of glow because this powder isn't a highlighter per se. It's more of a powder that's very, very glowy. So I like to put that basically everywhere that we put that MAC Mineralized SKinfinish in Light just for that extra glow. And then taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in the color Starlight, and I'm just putting this on the very tops of my cheekbones and on the bridge of my nose, and then I do like to put whatever's left above my eyebrows, just at the very top of it, just so it's extra glowy. And this is the final result. I hope you enjoyed it. This is obviously not something that I wear every day, just when I'm looking for a flawless face. I hope you like it. Let me know your comments down below, and I'll see you later. Bye!